Students, next concept, that is translation. Translation is the process of polymerization of amino acids, to form polypeptide chain. That process is called translation. The process of polymerization of amino acids to form polypeptide, that process is called as translation process. Here particularly in the case of DNA produces RNA, that process is called as a transcription. RNA produces a polypeptide chain or protein, that process is called as a translation. The process of polymerization of amino acids to form polypeptide chain, that process is called as translation. The process of translation, the major requirements for the process of translation, majorly different types of RNAs which are required, different kinds of RNA. Here mRNA is required, needed, tRNA and rRNA. Here mRNA is very important for the process of translation. mRNA, all the three different types of RNAs which are required for the process of translation process. And another major requirement for translation process, that is different kinds of amino acids. Here the amino acids usually are present in cytoplasmic region of the cell. Totally 20 different types of amino acids are present. Here the 20 different types of number of amino acids which are fused, which are joined to form a polypeptide chain or a protein or an enzyme. For the translation process, one more requirement, that is amino acids, and also ribosomes which are required. Usually ribosomes are considered as sites of protein synthesis, which are considered as a protein factories. Structurally, the ribosomes which shows two subunits. One of the subunit is called larger sized subunit. Another subunit is smaller sized subunit. Usually, the ribosomes which are considered as a protein factories, inside the ribosome itself, protein synthesis which takes place. Here there is occurrence of larger subunit and smaller subunits of each ribosome containing larger and smaller subunits. And in the case of prokaryotes, where 70s type of ribosomes are present. In the case of eukaryotes, occurrence of 80s type of ribosomes which are located particularly in the case of prokaryotes and eukaryotes, 70s type of ribosome and 80s type of ribosomes. Inside the ribosome, any kind of ribosome, presence of RNA, that is called as rRNA. That rRNA acts as catalyst. rRNA acts as a catalyst or enzyme. Therefore, rRNA is called as ribozyme. The ribozyme role is very important important for the formation of peptide bond between the amino acids. For the formation of peptide bond between the amino acids, one of the RNA is required, that is located in ribosome, acts as a catalyst or enzyme. Therefore, RNA is said to be ribozyme. That ribozyme is very important for formation of peptide bond. The initiation of protein synthesis takes place with the help of mRNA. The mRNA is very important. The mRNA shows two polarities, 5' and 3' polarities, on which presence of number of peptide codons are present. The peptide codons which code the amino acids, therefore the name that is called as translated region. It is called as translated region. Why this region of the mRNA is called as the translated region? Because where there is a coding of amino acids takes place during protein synthesis, coding of amino acid takes place in a mRNA, on a mRNA, that region is called as translated region. And towards the 5' end, towards the 3' end, occurrence of number of nucleotides are present. These nucleotides are not involved for the process of translation or coding of amino acid. These are the nucleotides will not code any amino acid. These are the regions of mRNA. These are the regions of mRNA called UPR. It is a region called UPR, untranslated region. On a mRNA, presence of both the regions, the region will not involved for the translation, the region which are involved for the translated region, and untranslated regions which are also present in the case of mRNA. Occurrence of translated and non-translated regions which are present. And in the process of translation, occurrence of different steps. Occurrence of different steps in the case of translation process. One of the steps that is called as activation of amino acids. Activation of amino acids. And one more step, charging of tRNA. Next step, initiation of polypeptide. Elongation of polypeptide. And last one, termination of polypeptide. These are the major steps in the case of translation, activation of amino acids, charging of tRNA, initiation of polypeptide chain, elongation of polypeptide chain, and termination of polypeptide chain. First step, that is activation of amino acids. Here in a cytoplasmic region, presence of 20 different kinds of amino acids. 20 different kinds of amino acids present at the region of cytoplasmic region of the cell. Occurrence of 20 different kinds of amino acids. These amino acids require energy. Which require energy for the synthesis of peptide bond. For the synthesis of peptide bond, for the synthesis of a peptide bond and amino acids which are lodged on a tRNA, for that purpose amino acids which require energy. The energy is always in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. In this process, activation of amino acids, amino acid combines with ATP in presence of amino acyl synthetase enzyme. Then there is a formation of a product, that is amino acyl AMP enzyme complex. Here the complex, the complex is formed here. Amino acid, any one of the amino acid, the specific amino acid that should binds to that of ATP in presence of synthetase enzyme, then there is a formation of amino acyl AMP. These are the complexes which are listed as activated amino acids. Activated amino acid is formed here. ATP is entered, the formation of AMP. The energy is entered into the amino acids. This kind of complex is produced. Then the amino acids which are activated, it is the process that is called as activation of amino acid. Here the amino acid, next step, charging of tRNA. In the case of charging of tRNA, charged, it means energetic amino acid, amino acyl AMP enzyme complex, amino acyl AMP enzyme complex reacts with the tRNA, then there is a formation of amino acyl tRNA complex. Amino acyl tRNA complex is produced. Here there is a released out of AMP plus enzyme. Here amino acyl tRNA complex is formed. It is that is called as charged tRNA. Here the structurally this charged tRNA, it is the tRNA. The tRNA is always clover leaf shape. tRNA is always clover leaf shape. This tRNA binds one of the amino acid, that is amino acid 1. The amino acid 1 binds to the tRNA. Then the tRNA is said to be amino acyl tRNA. Here there is a combination of tRNA and amino acid. Then there is a formation of a complex. That complex is called as amino acyl tRNA complex is formed. It is the structure. It is a combination that is called as charged tRNA. tRNA binds the specific amino acid. Therefore, that is called as charged tRNA. And one more process, in the case of translation, that is initiation of polypeptide chain. During the process of initiation, here the mRNA that should be containing codons, translated region, codons which are present, and also untranslated region is also present. The polarity 5' 3' polarity. Here the mRNA, the terminal towards the 5' end of the mRNA, where there is occurrence of G-cap is present. G-cap, methyl guanosine triphosphate, with the help of guanosine triphosphate, means with the help of G-cap, that G-cap identify the ribosome, particularly smaller subunit of ribosome, and this mRNA that should be enters into the ribosome. It means a smaller subunit of ribosome at 2 codon length. A 2 codon length mRNA is entered into the smaller subunit of the ribosome. It is the smaller subunit of ribosome. This mRNA is entered into the ribosome with the help of G-cap here in this ribosome smaller subunit, where there is a formation of 2 sites which are formed. One is P site and A site. P site and A sites which are formed. Here P means peptide site, A means acceptor site. Here inside the smaller subunit of ribosome on a mRNA, formation of 2 sites, 2 regions, P site and A site, peptide site and acceptor site. And the charged tRNA, suppose it is the tRNA that should be carries that should be having anticodon, that should be carries amino acid 1. Here the first codon on mRNA, that is always AUG. AUG is the first codon. The AUG is the first codon. That codon present on mRNA. On tRNA, particularly in relation to anticodon region, the opposite letters which are occurred, opposite to that A, U, opposite to that U, A, opposite to that G. Here there is a C. That suppose it is a tRNA, the anticodon UAC is present. That UAC containing anticodon containing tRNA carries amino acid 1. Here amino acid 1 means methionine. The first on that first codon, one of the amino acid is lodged, one of the amino acid is coded, that is AUG. AUG is the first triplet codon that records first amino acid. In the case of protein synthesis, first amino acid that is called as methionine. Here the first amino acid carried by tRNA, that should be large on the first site, it is tRNA that should be carries amino acid with the help of codon and anticodon, where there is a base pairings which takes place. That tRNA, charged tRNA, that should be binds on AUG, means initiator codon, the first codon on mRNA, and afterwards, after the charging of first charged tRNA on a first codon, and again the larger subunit is covers. Larger subunit of the ribosome covers to the charged tRNA. It is a process that is called as initiation. Here the first charged tRNA, it means tRNA carries the first amino acid, specific amino acid, that should be large on codon of mRNA. That process is called as initiation process. For that initiation, the number of factors which are involved, such factors are called as initiation factors. And in the process of elongation, the one more charged tRNA, that should be carries one more amino acid. It means here one more tRNA carries one more amino acid, means amino acid 2 carried by a tRNA. That charged tRNA is large on one more site of ribosome. It is one more site of a ribosome where there is one more charged tRNA is bind. One more charged tRNA is lodged, particularly it is a P site, it is A site. Here in between these two tRNA, terminally occurrence of two amino acids. Here the two amino acids, after the lodging of tRNA on a codon, two amino acids which are joined. The two amino acids which are joined, that where there is a formation of one of the bond is formed, that is called as peptide bond is formed. That peptide bond is formed with the help of an enzyme, peptide transferase enzyme. Peptide transferase enzyme is involved for the formation of first peptide bond between two amino acid, that is amino acid 1 and amino acid, it is 2, amino acid 2. And between amino acid 1 and amino acid 2, the bond is formed with the help of peptide transferase enzyme. Like this, the ribosome along with that tRNA, charged tRNA, the ribosome slide towards terminator region. Suppose here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 codons which are present. Last codon is UAA. Suppose UAA is terminating codon. It is also called as a nonsense codon. This codon will not code any amino acid. And during the elongation of peptide chain, polypeptide chain, the ribosome along with that ribosome on a codons of mRNA, that should be slide towards terminating region. And finally, during that elongation process, here after the formation of this bond, peptide bond, the first tRNA is dissolved. And again, the ribosome move in one codon line. Suppose it is the first codon, it is the second codon, it is the third codon, fourth codon, fifth codon, sixth and seventh codon. Seventh codon is UAA. Here the ribosome move on the mRNA at one codon line. Here one of the amino acid is coded in it is the ribosome that should move. Here there is occurrence of tRNA. Here amino acid 2, in between amino acid 1 and amino acid 2, formation of peptide bond. Here there is a movement of ribosome on a mRNA in one codon line up to terminating codon. And here there is it is the codon that is called as a P site, it is A site. At the region of A site, one more tRNA carries amino acid 3, that should binds on next codon. Here amino acid 3. In between amino acid 2 and amino acid 3, again there is a formation of bond, that is peptide bond is formed. Like that, up to the region of terminator codon region, that is 3' region. Suppose it is UAA. Here next codon totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 codons, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 codons. Here the ribosome move up to the region of this part, this portion, ribosome. Here there is a tRNA carries what number of ribo or what number of amino acid, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 amino acid 6. Here there is in this region amino acid 5 is coded, amino acid 4 is coded, amino acid 3 is coded, amino acid 2 is coded. Here there is amino acid 1. Between the amino acids formation of peptide bond. Here the chain, amino acid chain means protein chain or peptide chain is elongated up to the region of terminator codon. Terminator. This is the whole process that is called as elongation of polypeptide chain. Here the ribosome move up to the region of UAA, terminator codon region. This codon will not code amino acid. The tRNA carries amino acid. The tRNA will not bind to this region where there is a process, it stops. The process stops particularly at the region of terminated coding region. And last step in the case of protein synthesis or translation, that is called as the termination of polypeptide chain. Afterwards, here there is a releasing factors which catalyzes the polypeptide chain, and there is a dissociation of ribosome, there is a dissolution of tRNA, then there is a separation of the ribosome is separated from the mRNA, again separated from the mRNA, and the releasing factors which catalyzes the polypeptide chain, then there is a product is produced. This product that is called as polypeptide chain is produced. So for the formation of polypeptide chain, the number of amino acids which are required, the amino acids which are joined with the help of peptide bonds, then there is a building of polypeptide chain, the production of polypeptide chain with the polymerization of number of amino acids. That whole process is called as translation process. It is very, very important process in the case of metabolism.